Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to our regular Friday live. I'm Nicole Spohr. It is Friday, May 23rd, 2025. Let's see. So many people are here. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Judy. She says it's sunny and warm in central New Mexico. Lovely. Hi, Tabitha. Hi, Diane. Under a pile of papers. Nicole must be exhausted by today, 3 lives after being sick. Yeah, and I still have gunk. What is this? I don't even understand. I'm doing good, though. I feel like I'm on that creative high. Does anyone else kind of feel like that sometimes when you get to creating and you're doing a lot of things that you love, and so you just keep on doing that? So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that. I was thinking that this morning when I was getting ready, that it has been a very busy week, and I filmed a bunch of stuff behind the scenes for upcoming things for Simon Says Stamp and whatnot. And so it's just been a lot. Sunny here in Wisconsin. Hi, Amy. She says it's beautiful in Wyoming. It sounds like it's pretty in a lot of places. Hi, Rachel from Scotland. Oh, man. Yes. Let's see. Hi, Mary Ann. Hi, Shari. Laura's here. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many. Hello, Christy. Love all the inspiration coming her way. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Donna. It's so nice to see so many of you guys that I got to see yesterday. So if you have not already checked it out, I took part in the April and May Club along with Spellbinders over on their channel yesterday with Yana and Kim and Josie. And that was super fun. I featured the May Club kits, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. We are going to be playing with Spellbinders products today, but I dipped into the sale category. So there is a wonderful... I gotta move something with my foot. There is a wonderful pre-summer sale going on right now. Definitely check it out. I popped a pinned comment here in the chat. I have a link down in the description below. But I was really inspired to do some stitching style cards. So I dove into the sale section, pulled some favorites, and we're gonna do 3 brand new cards today. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a long live. I did pre-stitch some things, not everything, or started the pre-stitch for all of them. And then we're going to play with a few other favorite products. The other thing I want to mention to you guys is that the ColorWheel cardstock from Spellbinders has been restocked, so definitely check that out if you've been waiting for some of your favorite colors. Their cardstock is currently my absolute favorite. I just reorganized all of it the other evening. Yes, even in the midst of this crazy week, I thought that Wednesday evening, the night before my live with Spellbinders, was a great time to organize my cardstock. I don't even know what's wrong with me. The craft along is so good. Oh, thank you, Christy. Sunny in Texas. Nice. Let's see. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Heather and Jen. Hello, Karen. Karen ordered sale things yesterday. Karen, tell us what you got. That is a great point. If you've already ordered from their sale, drop me a comment. Let me know what you got. Okay, you guys. So the other thing about the products I picked today, if you aren't aware, club products are made available after the month that they are currently available for club members only, as supplies last. So I did pull a lot of club products for today's live, all past clubs. So these are all available for purchase now, but also in the sale category, which is super fun. Jenna is slowly working her way through ordering their cardstock. Yes. I had finally got all of, I say all, I noticed I'm missing some. I don't know what I did the last time I ordered. I kind of got most though. I thought I had all. And I got them all organized. I pulled all of the cardstock and put it in a different section that isn't available anymore, so that the current is all in my regular section. Let's see. Look how cute your hair is, Laura. This is called Nicole didn't want to do her hair today. Dirty hair, don't care is what this is. Let's see. Hi, the Cheery Crafter. Aw, Judy says her hubby is golfing so he won't bother her. Did she just say that? That's so cute. Okay, so we have a lot to get through today. I am just going to go ahead and pop right with my down camera and we're going to get started. I think instead of talking about all the products I'm going to use, I'm just going to go card by card today. I kind of have it laid out that way and I think that will be the easiest. We are going to do all of the stitching assembly of the cards first. And then I do have glimmer. We're going to glimmer sentiments for a couple of the cards. And we're going to use basically the same set. So I will save that kind of until the end. And then we'll finish up those. Loved watching the club along yesterday. Thank you, the Cheery Crafter. Oh my gosh, Catherine said her internet was down for a week and finally getting to see lives in real time. Oh, that's miserable. That's so, so miserable. Ah, Mitzi, thank you. Hello. We'll watch the replay when you get home. Sounds great. And hi, Kimberly. It looks like a lot of my 141 Design Spring Break pals are here in the chat today, too. So that is so much fun. I love it. All right. So let's talk about card number 1. This one also, I think, has the most stitching on it, but you can see I pre-stitched a few things. Let me show what we're going to be using today. So I pulled the Stitched Ladybug, and this is from January 2025, so it's not that old. It's from earlier this year. And it has this wonderful frame that I do want to encourage you, if you have this set, you know what, hold on, I got to turn my overhead light off. I have the studio lights on. We do not need the overhead light. It just causes a glare. So this frame would absolutely be fantastic for lots of different kinds of cards or just to pop a great sentiment in. It creates a really fun vine effect, which is really, really cute. Yes, I'm going to use the Ladybug with it, but remember, you can turn it this way. You can use it vertically. It's adorable. It does come with some die cut banner sentiments, which I did die cut and I think we're going to use here unless I change my mind. And then we have the Ladybug pieces and some little flowers. Now, the only thing I didn't get cut before the video, because of course, I changed my mind at the last minute, as one does. I was doing something else and I was like, you know what? I think we're going to pull, and I think these are from, yes, August 2024. This is called the Colorful Expressions Blooms. They're giant, so they don't really work with this great. But I did pull a couple of small flowers from this that we're going to die cut from, I think, a soft yellow, like beeswax maybe, and then orchid. And I want to add a couple more flowers in to frame this up. So I will do that when we get to that point. And then each of my cards features one of my very favorite products that Spellbinders does each month, and that is their 3D embossing folder. So each card is going to feature a 3D embossing folder that is on sale right now through the 31st of May. And this is the Stylized Lattice, and this is such a beautiful embossing folder. I did go ahead and do this one. We will emboss one of them on camera, but I did prep the other two. So look how gorgeous that is. I love, love, love it. Hello, Paulette. Hi, Lucille. Hi, Geraldine. Yay, past club kits. Stuff I have. Christy, I tried. I tried real hard for you today to make sure you have the things. I'm just teasing Christy. She knows. Okay, so I am going to actually start with the frame stitching it because I will be honest, I had hoped to get a little bit further on this, but I did not. So let me move this. Otherwise, I think my camera is going to want to focus on it, because I really want to show what I chose to do for this frame today. So if you are part of my Patreon, and I have uploaded the video to my regular channel here, a couple of months ago, I did a stitching card using a Spellbinders Club Kit Stitching Club And I use the Cottage Garden Threads Super Variegated Floss. Now, stitchers probably know about variegated floss and use variegated floss. The thing about the Cottage Garden floss is, as you can see, it's really variegated. So it has lots of different colors in it. And I wanted that for that wreath style design here. Now, Cottage Garden Threads is an Australian company. There is several shops in the United States that carry it. I did link to Cottage Garden Threads and then Fat Quarter Shop down below. I don't know if they have this color. I did not get to check. But there's lots of different mixes that will work. This is just the one I had in my stash, so I used it. Let me show you. I'm going to show you another one that we're going to use today, which is this pink. We're going to be stitching an ice cream cone, and for that pink ice cream, I'm going to be using this one. So it is really fun. I love, love, love the variegation in it. So we're going to go ahead and stitch this. It instantly adds interest. Now you can definitely just switch your DMC threads if you want to, or use, I hate to use the word basic, but basic variegated threads as well. But a lot of you know, and a lot of you are probably stitchers as well, but I am a stitcher, so I have these kinds of things. Basic DMC is beautiful and works great. I just simply wanted to see what I could achieve with a variegated floss. But did you use purple? Michelle said. We're going to use some purple somewhere. I actually have some really pretty purples variegated. Christy says giver. You know what? I try, Christy. I try for you. Oh, you did. Christy says she bought a bunch from my last recommendation. I am so glad. It is so beautiful. I love it for like actual cross stitch projects or whatever you want to use it for, in needle art projects. But I don't find tons of uses for it, to be honest. So I'm kind of loving using it for paper. I know that's so crazy, but I love it. Isn't that color beautiful, Lucille? I mean, you guys, I have all of this. I bought it about 2 years ago now? Yeah, I bought tons of it, and because I just had to have it. I did a cross stitch project with it, and then it sat in my drawer, and I'm like, there's no point in letting it sit in a drawer. Use it. Yes. Oh, Christy, thank you. DMC has variegated, and they are coming out with more, she said. Absolutely. In fact, I think that's a good point. Thank you for reminding me of that. You can purchase all kinds, or, I mean, you can make your own in dyes if you want to. You can kind of dip your DMC into certain dyes and make it variegated. You can tea dye it, or coffee dye it. I have coffee dyed some before, so if you want a little bit more muted, there are other ways to do it. I am just simply showing what I am doing today. Hi, Sean. Jen says embossing folder, add to cart. They're so good. Especially, I like all their embossing love. I love all their embossing folders, but man, those 3D ones are so amazing. Love, love, love. Nikki says she placed an order with Cottage Garden and they said it could take up to 2 months to ship. Ugh, yuck. Find somewhere in the US. You can also do a search on Etsy, because there are some shops that carry it in the US besides Fat Quarter Shop. I want to say Hobby House, maybe. Do a search on Etsy, or just do a search and see what comes up. Gosh, 2 months is a while. I know when I ordered from them a couple years ago, it did take a little bit. I want to say 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, Christy said it did take her a while too, but it was worth it. Fantastic. in the meantime, see what else is out there. Now, I'm not only using cottage garden threads today. I'm also just using some other overdyed floss, so it has a bit of variegation in it. And I chose that for, we're going to do the ice cream cone. And we're also going to do a pineapple. And I didn't really have the right color mix for either one of those, nor did I really want it to be super duper variegated like this is. So I went ahead and picked something a little more subtle. Thread the Needle Stitchery, thank you so much. So Handmade by Harvey says Thread the Needle Stitchery. That's wonderful. I will add that to my description. I love Stacy who owns that, so I will add that when we are finished. Okay, I am going to show you my start for this here and just how I start, because I'm almost out of this one. I'm just trying to speedily get this. Yeah, Christy says she thinks she saw it at Hobby House. I think I have too. In fact, I think I've ordered from Hobby House before. I got a couple of colors from them last fall. So I will update with any suggestions I see you guys add when our live is over. Plus, I did realize that I think I missed some I don't even think. I know I missed some cardstock colors. So I need to fix that when we're all done. What are you guys working on today? Or what have you been working on this week? Tell me what you're excited about. Tell me all of the things. Okay, I want to show, I'm going to see if, let's put something white behind this. I want to show you that variegation. So see how it kind of goes from the dark green. That's really, I don't like how that is that plastic. Let me just take the white cardstock out. There we go. So it goes from the dark green to kind of a sagey green, almost an aqua, to a brown olive green. And I love how that looks going around this kind of wreath type of image. Leah's going to dazzle dry her nails while watching today. That's awesome. This is one of their new summer colors. Don't look at my nails. I have a ton of hangnails right now. But I love this color. I can't think of what it's called right now. Man, I'm full of lots of good information today. And yes, that was a little sarcasm at myself. Working on packing for Nashville Craft Retreat. Wonderful, Anne. Just finished 6 cards using the Simon Says Stamp Make Kit, and I have started first cross stitch in 20 years. Kat, that's exciting. Okay, so I want to show how I start and stitch this. I am going to just start in this center hole right here. And I am going to go either to one side or the other. I'm just going to go to that inside. And then, because I am not coming back this way, I am going to tie this into a little knot on the back. That way it's secure. I can snip this end. And then I am going to come up in the middle and I'm going to come back down. Kind of building a little vine. And then I'm going to go out to this outer edge and I'm going to come in here to the middle. I am feeling better, E. Briggs. Thank you. I still am a little stuffy. This is just a lingering cold. My youngest son also has it, and he's got a little bit of a lingering cold as well. So we're just going to keep doing that. So I'm going to go back into this middle hole, building that vine all the way around, middle, inside, isn't it fun, Kimberly? The variegation is beautiful. So for my stitchers, if you like stitching things like Quakers or other samplers that maybe are monochromatic, these threads are a beautiful option because it gives you a ton of variegation. During your last, I misspoke and said I got the field notes set in person. Not true. She got it from the Crop and Create event last September. Oh, okay, Judy. Yes. Okay, so everybody who isn't in my Patreon, this week I did do a live for Patreon members. It will go up probably in about a month or so on an edited version of the video on here on YouTube. And I did use the Field Notes collection from Spellbinders, and it was some of my favorite cards I've made, really. Love, love, loved it. Finished quilting Lori Holt Prairie. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, that is amazing. Hi, Susie. I'm glad you're here. So we're just continuing all the way around. I know it's a lot of stitching today, so we're going to get to do lots of chatting. If you haven't been here in a while, or if this is your first time, welcome or welcome back. I have started doing something a little different with my lives. For the most part, I am trying to incorporate more than one project. And so the lives are a little bit longer, but I'm trying to maybe show more ideas, more products, just more inspiration instead of kind of a one and done, if that makes sense. Oops. So you definitely can, watch. If you're watching the replay, you can watch on super speed, especially during the stitching part. Let's see. Sherry says just finished making a money lay for granddaughter's 8th grade graduation. Next, I need to make her a card. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations to your granddaughter. Oh, we almost have this stitched. Once you get going, it doesn't take that long. Christy is telling people, buy the Field Notes collection now. You will love the cards. So gorgeous. Thank you, Christy. Hey, does anyone know, because I did not check, is any of the Field Notes products on sale during this pre-summer sale they have going on? If anyone would check for me, I would so appreciate it. Let's see. Laura says, "Will see me tomorrow on the Simon Says Stamp channel." You know what? I have no idea when that video goes up. That's terrible to admit. Did they say tomorrow? Okay. I love my projects for that, so that's exciting. Thank you for letting me know. I actually need to talk to my person here when I'm done, because I'm finishing up a project for Simon. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Good thing I loaded up a needle with one more strand of this. Close. So close. I'll ask for sure, because I do need to schedule that post or just put the date into it. The draft is there. Is the video, I might be able to make it. Is the video on Simon's channel done yet? The class? Does anyone know? Because that's the projects I used, or the products, pardon, are from that class. Oh, sometimes before noon. Oh, yay. Okay, Christy said she didn't think they were. Hi, Livy. And Laura said sometime before noon. Okay, thanks. We've had a couple of little switcheroo things going on. So I know they've changed dates for a couple things. Not this necessarily. Oh, this is so close. I mean, I really don't have enough thread to be doing this, but floss chicken is what this is called, friends. When you don't quite have enough floss, but you want to play chicken with it because you don't want to get more out. I made it. Woohoo. Okay, Field Notes is not on sale. Perfect. Thank you for checking. Maybe by the time my project comes out, they do sales all the time, so who knows. Okay. I'm going to snip that. And our frame is all done. Oh my gosh, look at that variegation, you guys. Isn't that fun? I love that I didn't even have to switch. It's just pretty to look at, isn't it? Love it. Okay. Let's go ahead and stitch the rest of the pieces for our ladybug. I want to show the pieces for the ladybug. So we have the base piece. We have you need to die cut 2 of these, and these are going to be the red body part of the ladybug. I did stitch one of those already, so we'll stitch the other one. I did stitch the head piece because it's going to be stitched exactly like this body that I'll show in a minute. And then we have 4 of the little stitched circles that go on the body of the ladybug. So this particular stitching die set has a lot of stitching components. Some months there's a lot, sometimes there's not quite as much. Do you ever put the needle through the hole and then thread it just to pull the tiny bit through the... Yes, Mitzi! I do actually do that. Okay, we are going to be using the gold diamond thread. I really don't love this thread on fabric at all, but on paper I do. So I have my needle threaded up with this. Let's go ahead and stitch the half of the body first. And we are going to go from these outer holes and we're going to end up in this one. You're basically following those score lines. Let me see if I can hold this up. I'm sorry, I should have put a Band-Aid on. I cut myself this morning. You're going to follow those score lines right there. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to leave a little tail so we can tie this off. And I'm going to wait this time and do it when we're finished. So I'll just leave a little bit like that. So we're going to come from the outer perimeter of this shape each time and end in the middle. The wings could be a lemon, lime, or orange wedges. Tabitha, that's a great suggestion. The B-Day bundle is on sale. Oh, nice. At Simon Says Stamp. Perfect to know. Oh, Rhonda, I'm so glad you're enjoying cross stitch again. It's relaxing. I have not gotten to stitch very much lately. First of all, I was so sick I didn't even feel like stitching. That's crazy. That hardly ever happens. And then I've been so busy with work things. Last night, I was so tired after that live and the other work I did. I just sat on the couch with the dogs. And then I was like, oh my gosh, just go to bed. Let's see. Christy says, love ladybugs. They're good for the garden. Obsessed with gardening. Landscaping is getting close. Oh, Christy, I know you said you were planning. That is so fun. I have a brown thumb, or maybe black. It's not good, guys. I'm not a good gardener at all. I can barely keep anything alive. Oh, good. Mary Muggs is on sale. Fantastic. So we're just going to... part of the reason I don't love stitching with this is you do kind of have to keep it pulled taut. Well, at least the way I'm doing it. So that it lays nice. And then in fabric, it doesn't lay nice. Christy says sometimes you just have to sit on the couch with dogs. Yeah, I wasn't mad about it. It's just where we're at right now. I have things to do. Okay, so here it is all stitched. Isn't that pretty? I like the gold on this. I thought about doing tone on tone. I do have a cottage garden thread, red tone on tone that's all these different variegations of reds. I actually have a couple of different ones. One that's bright and one that's kind of deep and dark. But ultimately, when I was looking at this, I felt like we needed something contrasting that will be a little showier. So that's what I opted for. All right, the last thing we're going to stitch on this before we put this card together. And we are going to, for the little polka dots on our Ladybug, it's a kind of the same thing. Only instead of the half circle, this is a full one. We're going to start in the outer holes and we're going to end in the center for each of these. And it's kind of like a little wagon wheel. Think of it like that. So we're going to come up out here and end in the center and go all the way around. And this one is so tiny, but it stitches up fast. Does anyone have Memorial Day weekend plans? Anything exciting going on? Maybe a summer vacation coming up? Or maybe just fun summer crafting, gardening? Tell me what you're doing. Jen says she doesn't have a green thumb either. Yeah, my kids laugh at me and make fun. It's really not very nice of them. Okay. Perfect. So there's our little, let me see if I can get it to focus, our little wagon wheel. And when I get to the end, I just tie it into a little knot on the back. And then we'll snip the ends. Okay. Our pieces for this card with the magic of video and pre-stitch are ready to go. I'm going to snip those ends off. So let me dump everything off my background here. I'm going to put these dies back away. And we're going to work on our background. Jen, let's see, teaching myself to crochet because I need a new hobby. Karen is killing it, you guys, by the way. She shared in our friend group text thread some of her crochet stuff, and it's amazing. Oh my gosh, Danae went to Shepherd's Bush in Utah yesterday. Did you have the best time, Danae? I hope so. Hosting 20 people and having an annual fish fry. Oh my gosh, Tabitha, that sounds so much fun. Stitching a Santa and have garden ready. And she's a canner as well, Lucille says. Praying we don't get any tornadoes this weekend. Rochelle, you and me both. Linda says working. Monday is Judy's birthday, so her hubby is taking her to Santa Fe for lunch and shopping. Okay, that sounds fantastic. Danae said Shepherd's Bush was amazing. Oh, Libby, yes, I got purple nails. I could not resist this color. I love it. I think this might be the color of the summer for me this year. Libby has turned me, I have changed my ways. I used to say I wasn't a purple person. Apparently I am. Okay, I decided I wanted to add a little color to my background, but over a teal, a lot of times, like I have Bermuda pulled out too to use for something else, is not going to show up great. So we're actually going to go around the edges or very softly over this background with our big Spellbinders blending brush so that the raised areas of this will pick up a little bit of this nautical color. I'm going to load that up and I'm just going to come here around the edges and just really try the center of this card is covered, so I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to go around the edges a little bit. Okay, that's good. We don't need to do a ton. Okay, I'm actually going to set this brush to the side. We'll do a quick clean up. And we're going to grab that Bermuda color now. Oh, Livy says her toes are almost that same color. I love it. Livy says her work here is done. Livy, it is. I love it, friend. Oh, Linda, take care of yourself, friend. Okay, Bermuda. We're going to take this. I'm going to tap off a bunch of this. This is the color of cardstock I picked to go back behind here. But to me, I love that lightness. I think it's going to set off the Ladybug perfectly, but it's a little bit too stark. So I'm just going to go around the whole perimeter of this with this Bermuda color so that it kind of has that nice variegation to this centerpiece. And I like that. I know it doesn't show great here, but in real life, I love it. Libby, you do need some of these blending brushes. They are so soft. Who else has these blending brushes and love them? Let me know. I have glue on my table, so we're going to do an aggressive clean. Okay, it's time to start assembling. Jennifer said that she thinks gardening skipped a generation. Yeah, I'm just no good at it. Okay, this is the back. I was going to say, let's not... Okay, hold please real quick. Because we're live, we're going to get to witness. I noticed my glue bottle needed replaced yesterday. So let me pull this off. Nikki says she has them. Oh, lots of them. E. Briggs says. Lucille says she has some and loves them. Okay, is my nozzle not going to come off? Wouldn't that be swell? I love this for me today. Do I have another one? I need to run this under hot water and we don't really have time for that. So here's what we're going to do. I do think I have another one. I have learned over the years to always have my little replacements handy because I always need them. I like the fine tip applicator. So I'm just going to pull off the one that comes with it. We're going to screw this one on. The lid does have that little pin thing in it so that keeps it unclogged. We're going to load up fresh glue. There we go. Let's see. Christy, thank you for the super chat, she says, for being extra. Look, Christy and I are friends for a reason. Christy's extra too. All right. I am actually, sometimes I like to pop it up with foam, but we're just going to glue it right on here. We're actually going to pop up this whole panel, I think. Okay. Let's put, don't I have something somewhat heavy? Sure, I sure do. Let's put this on top. Let's put my platform base on top of that. Okay, then let's work on our Ladybug. Judy says she loves the large brushes. Oh my gosh, I wish they would too. Tell them, Judy. Tell them you want them to have another in-person class. That would be fun. So we're going to put the 2 halves of our Ladybug in place first, and I'm going to use reverse tweezers to pinch and hold this down until the glue dries. This is little enough that we can use our reverse tweezers for that. So we're going to do one side. Christy says she's glad I showed how to change that glue. Well, I am glad too. I intended to do it before, but I was mad stitching and I forgot. Super speedy stitching. Okay, so we got our 2 halves in place. Have yourself lots of extra reverse tweezers on hand. I think hands down they're the thing I use most. That and my Misty probably. I mean, like besides a die cut machine. Glue the little antennas on the back, and then we're going to do the little stitched head next. See if I can move my tweezers. There we go. Let's see. Cheryl said, I used mine on some pre-work for the Spellbinders Weekender. Yay! Fantastic. All right. Oh, I just got my hair caught into my thing up here, so I'm sure it looks great now. Yeah, that's going to bother me. Let me look. Oh no, it's fine. Let me see. Just going to use another. This is going to have all the tweezers. Oh, V Camp says that little Ladybug is adorable. I think so too. Oh, Jennifer, that sounds fun. In August, going to Chicago to see the Cubs play as part of baseball park tour. Oh, yeah, Mitzi, that's a good point. She says that the brush is kind of a reminder of those soft soft brushes for babies. And Cheryl says the Ladybug is awesome. I agree. It's a little bit of work, but I think it is worth it. I love, love, love it. Oops. I'm going to put both of these where I want them to go. And then we're just going to use these tweezers to hold them down for a minute. Definitely will beg Spellbinders purse. That's perfect. Kat says loves the Ladybug. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, I'm actually going to, I'm not super set on these sentiments like I mentioned, so I'm going to set those aside for a minute. And I am going to die cut those extra flowers. So if you were here at the beginning, I mentioned that I am using some flowers from the Colorful Expressions Blooms set. And I picked the little ones from that. There are a bunch of big blooms in this set, but we definitely want to keep it the littler ones. So let me just go ahead and put my Ladybug away for now. We're going to do, I feel like we want to do a little scattering. I was thinking yellows and purple. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the bigger flower in yellow. We're going to create kind of an arch at the top and the bottom of this. Oh, Mitzi loves the stitching with the gold. I'm so glad. Now, the only thing I'm not doing for my flowers today is I did not die cut the flower centers. We're going to instead use some of my favorite Spellbinders gems for the centers on these. So, got a couple of yellow, and now this color matches my nails. This is Orchid from Spellbinders, and it is gorgeous. During yesterday's Spellbinders Club Along Live, I asked for favorite colors of cardstock, and Orchid was mentioned more than once, which I love. And this does a lot of little flowers, so I think I only need to die cut that one once. Let me see. We're going to take some big foam here. And on the back, I'm just going to go ahead and not use the fabric or thread scissors. We'll use the paper scissors. In fact, let's move those so that I don't accidentally try to pick them up. And we're going to pop this in place. And I just want to raise it up a little bit. Oh, Judy says I would have to be there too. Well, you can tell them that too. I would love to. Absolutely. All right. We're just going to pop this up on here. I really love how the colors look on that dark color. Christy, that's so funny. Yeah, sometimes don't you think when things like sell out, you're like, you know what though? I'm probably okay. I'm like, maybe that happened for a reason because I have plenty. That's what I try to tell myself. All right, I am going to put some foam on my Ladybug. We are going to put it in the center. Oh, my glue's not all the way dry yet. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to play with my flowers a little bit. I do think I might use a different greeting. We shall see. So these flowers are from a different set, the purple and the yellow, but the little white one here and these little teeny tiny green leaves are from the Ladybug set. Tabitha says she never tells herself she has plenty. Tabitha, this is why I love you. Oh, Christy, thank you. And remember, I'm going to be adding sentiments at the end. Let me find my embellishment wand for these little guys. There we go. Livy, thank you. Just have a little greenery there. I think we're going to do couple more little purple flowers on each. Oh, I like that little pop of purple. I love it. Now, the only thing I also didn't die cut that I obviously am going to need more of. Hi, Cora. I'm glad you're joining. You can always go back and watch from the beginning, either now or when I'm finished. Up to you. Or you can speed watch it. Madge says, I guess it's an embossed panel. It is. Thank you, Kimberly. So I did not cut enough of these little green leaves, so I'm going to have to do a couple more, and I'm just going to do that right now. Whoops. Because I changed my mind at the last minute. Hi, the Cheery Crafter. Thank you. Let me just grab my little leaf and I'll die cut those. I keep my cardstock out for a reason, because there's always that possibility that I'm going to need something. It can be kind of hard to guess what all you want to use. Okay, there's one. Now, while I'm die cutting these, what color of gems should I use for my flower centers? I probably am only, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm thinking I was only going to do the big flowers, but maybe I want to do my little purple ones too. So maybe a couple of colors. Oh my gosh, Kat says she never used to like snowmen, but now she does. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad you like my projects. I don't really, so here's a fun fact. I'm not a huge, I don't love snow, but I love snowmen. I love crafting with them. Who knows? Yellow is a suggestion. So tell me the colors. I have all my gems here handy. So let me know what we think I should be using. So we're just really going to kind of reverse down here at the bottom our little flowers from what we did up at the top. It doesn't have to match exactly. Topaz gold. Okay, so it's looking like we definitely are thinking golds. I think you guys are right. Iridescent. I do have some iridescent ones. We'll look and see what we think. For the purple, I'm thinking iridescent for sure. Or something along those lines. We'll look at all of them. Let's see. I'm going to do this and this. And we're going to do one here. There we go. Have some extra little purple flowers. Let's put our rest of our leaves in. Okay, so many yellow and gold. So we're definitely going to go with yellow and gold. Let's hope I have plenty of yellow and gold left. In the size I need, I'm pretty sure I do. I was looking the other day and it looks like I need to replenish my gold gems because all the teeny tinies are gone, I think. So I keep all of mine. Oh, gold mix is looking sad. Let's look here. I have no, those little prism ones might be fun. I thought I had iridescent in here. Do I not? Berry. Ooh, I like the berry color for the purple. And then let me pull the gold out. Am I out? Smoky topaz. Nope, not using that one. Let's go with the gold. And our gold ones. Oh, Teresa's here. And almost the table is complete now from our spring break retreat. Let's see. I don't know where my other tool is, so we're going to use this one. And these flowers are perfect for this large size gem. Even at that, I don't think that these large ones are too big to be usable. Some gems, you know, I think are just so big, and for me personally, they're just not my favorite. Oh, Amy, thank you. This way, I always have all of them together. This has been one of my favorite things I've done for my gems, is to put all of them on a ring. Because then I can look through and I'm like, okay, what do I like? I mean, look at those orchid ones. I just think the berry color matches that orchid a little bit better. Okay, let's try. I just like this. I think these are going to be cute. Yep. We're going to do two colors, gold and berry. I didn't think I would add anything to these small flowers, but I like it. Oh, these flowers make the card, I have to say. Oh, hello. We have a newbie here. Welcome. Tabitha, I wouldn't go that far, friend. Oh my gosh. All right. So our first card, minus a sentiment, is finished. I'm going to set this aside and we're going to move on to card 2. I know we've been at it a while, so let's go ahead and do the card that has the least. My pineapple actually has the most stitched on it, so we're going to save that one for last. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get done quickly, but so for this one, we are going to be using, and this one I actually have not prepped anything other than the die cutting. We're going to use the Spellbinders, and this is actually the regular embossing, not 3D. I thought I had all 3D ones. So this is a Latticework. So remember, for the first card, we used the Stylized lattice. I'm going to show you the difference side by side. This on the left, Stylized lattice, and this is regular lattice. So let me go ahead and take my panel, which measures 4 by 5 1/4. And we are going to run this through our machine. Let me move it over here. Oops. That's all right. And let's emboss. All right. The sandwich is a little different for the regular embossing folder. And just as a reminder, guys, follow what your Spellbinders Platinum base tells you to do, and you will be happy every time. All right. And here is our background for this card today. So the other thing we're going to use for this one, this is the Stitched Ice Cream from June of 2024, and it is adorable. So we have our ice cream cone, we have the cherry on top, and the stitching for this one is the stitching for the ice cream itself, and there's 2 pieces for the ice cream cone. Let's see. Oh no, Margaret said her Nicole alarm didn't go off. You're here for card 2, and actually, Margaret, there are 3 cards today, so no worries, friend. So let's go ahead, now that I've embossed my background, we are going to work on the stitching, and I'm going to do all the stitching for this one. It's a lot less than the first card, truly. And we're going to start with the base first, and then I'll move on to the 2 scoops. We're going to do 2 scoops for ours today. I'm going to do the top portion, and I'm just going to, again, follow those score lines and go straight up and down. And we're going to Actually, before we go any further, let me tie this off really fast. Let me go back. So when I've come through here, I am just going to tie this into a little knot on the back because I'm going to be finishing on the other side. There we go. And then we're going to just go ahead and stitch all the way across. Now, remember, for our first card, I used a super variegated floss. This time, I'm actually using a variegated floss. I accidentally tore my card. I'm kind of mad. This one's a lot, you can see it still has variegation in it. It's just a lot more subtle. And this is called Brown Sugar from Color and Cotton. And they have beautiful threads too that you can get directly from the Color and Cotton website. Aw, Gina, thank you. I am glad you guys are here today. It's nice. Hopefully I can bring a little sunshine into your day. That's always my goal here, to just provide a happy and positive place where hopefully you can forget about things for a little bit. We can just create and chat about crafting, which we all love. So see how fast this stitching was? This was super speedy and it adds such a fun little touch. And to tie this off, I'm actually just going to do another little knot, I think, over here. Let's see if I can make sure it's nice and secure. There we go. I don't want it to come undone. Thank you, Gina. Madge said she had ice cream for lunch, zero willpower. I'll admit that I did eat a scoop of ice cream while I was cooking my lunch yesterday. I was like, this is taking forever. All right, so I do have another length of floss loaded up, and we are going to stitch this time. There are not holes everywhere here, but we want to stitch like a diagonal pattern to follow those score lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start here at the end where it's kind of close and I can tie a little knot. And let me see. So I can secure that before we start our stitching. Linda, thank you. I try. And I'm actually just going to go all this direction first. Oh, I shouldn't go back and forth. Let's preserve as much thread as possible. The great thing about this is on paper, I don't care so much what my background looks like. Oh, Pamela, thank you, my friend. So good to see you here. Pam, did we decide which size duffel we're going to do? Pam and I are going to have our own quilt bag making along. We want to make this bag, but we're trying to decide what size it is. Okay, so this does eat up quite a bit of floss, so I have one more length, and I'm just going to, I am going to tie this one off. Let me do a little knot here again. I'm so glad I loaded up my needles today, though. This was my best decision ever. Okay, and then I'm also going to start up here again where they're really close together, so I can again tie this into a little knot and go back the other way. We're going to do our stitching first, and then we will assemble all the ice cream pieces. All right, and then same thing as before. And I'm trying to keep my thread nice and taut, but look how cute. You're getting that kind of waffle cone, or, you know, ice cream cone, I guess. Not waffle cone. Look. I love the texture that you get with the floss. It's just something different and kind of fun. Nikki, I don't know. That's something I need to ask. It's a good question. Nikki's asking about an early access video she got in Patreon. Or not video, but project, pardon. I actually have another one in the works too that's almost done. I'm hoping I can finish it this afternoon, actually. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is the cutest. Nikki, I'll try to find out and I'll post. I know that sometimes they kind of fit those in as they can. And I also know the person posting is going on vacation. That's why I'm not exactly sure. Usually I have a much better idea, but like if you were here earlier, we've moved a couple of dates around for some postings just to work better. We also wanted to switch up a project and some other things. Yep, I think so too, Pam. Let's do the mini one first. That was my thought too. Okay, good. Now I got to pick fabric for it. All right. Before I stitch the top of this, I am going to go ahead and glue these down so the glue can be drying. I'm going to glue the base first. If you want, you can attach this with foam, but I am going to, I think, attach the whole thing to my card with foam, and I don't want 2 layers of foam on this. So I am going to glue this down, and I'm just going to use actually a couple of pairs of tweezers to hold that. We're going to glue the top. Maybe I should move these down a bit. And that way, hopefully this will be dry by the time we're done stitching the top. And I have another set of tweezers here. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to set that up here. It does, Jennifer. It's so cute and fun. Okay, from the Ladybug card, if you remember how we stitched kind of that wagon wheel, even though it's not as circular as the circles on the Ladybug, it's the same basic idea. So we're going to start at the outside and end on the inside. Now, I did not preload my needles with this color because I did want to show you on one that I hadn't already opened up how you pull this thread. If you saw in my first card, where did I put the thread? Somewhere super safe. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, it can stay on here for storage. What you do is you kind of pinch right here, and then you pull, and one of the ends is going to pop out. In this case, it was this end, and you pull it out like this. So then you're able to store it on this storage card super easily. Now I am going to pull out one length of floss. It is pre-die cut and all 6 strands are in here, so I'm going to pull one out. And then I am going to take 3 strands of floss. I think I've gone this whole video and not told you guys that I use 3 strands of floss to stitch on paper. So I think we'll have enough, but if we have to load it up again, that's okay too. We'll have to do at least 3 strands per ice cream scoop. Isn't that clever, Gina? it's the only company I know that does it like that, and I think it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to start from the outside, follow my score lines, and end in the center on each of these. So I am going to, again, just tie this off. It allows me to have a little bit more freedom when stitching. I'm not worried so much about that tail and getting it in the way or whatever. And we're going to go all the way around. And again, this is that super variegated floss. So it's going to go from a super, super pale pink to a darker pink. And I'm going to use the same one no matter which color of cardstock I'm using. Right now, this cardstock is the chiffon color, and then the pinker color is called blush. And these are all Spellbinders cardstock that I'm using today. Oh, I'm going to have to at least use 2. Yeah. Darn it. Let's do a little floss chicken again. Look how cute that variegation looks. I love that. All right. I'm just going to tie this off and grab those other 3 strands. It may take all 6 strands for each, it looks like. I love the variegated pink for the ice cream. Mincy said, thank you. Where is your embellishment wand from? Oh, mine is Simon Says Stamp, but the replacement tip, Judy, might be Studio Katcha. I had tons and tons of these tips, and so I actually like the white tip better, but I had all of these, so I've been replacing it with that. But it's a Simon Says Stamp embellishment wand. Using what I have. Melissa says, finally made a live. Hello, Melissa. I'm so glad you're here. You're here for my mega live today. We're in the middle of card 2. With one more after this. And we're just doing a little stitching on cards. Cottage garden threads are beautiful, Jennifer said. Oh, I agree. Like, they are so stunning. I really need to find a cross-stitch piece to use them on because I do love them. If you are a club member for any of the Spellbinders clubs, let me know down in the comments which ones you subscribe to. I would love to know. Okay, so now I know it takes all 6 strands. It is a pretty quick stitch around here, but let's just make a little knot. There we go. Perfect. And Madge enjoys the mega lives. I think I should call them mega lives. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Melissa, thank you. So there is a cute little piece. It's like the little scallop that goes on top, and I am just going to glue that down just like this while we work on the second one. Had I realized that this required this much stitching, I might have done this one ahead of time, but it goes fast, right, guys? And that third card I have done most of the stitching for. So I will say that, because it's a lot of repetition. You'll see here in a little bit. Kat gets the wax seal of the month. Oh, fun. The caboodle, Rochelle, a girl after my own heart right there. Stitching on cardstock is so relaxing and fun. She makes a lot while watching football during the fall and winter. KM, that's awesome. Nails done. Leah, I am glad I could keep you company. Now on to stitching. What are you stitching on, Leah? Let us know. I love hearing what everybody's stitching, so I can kind of live vicariously through you right now, since I have not been stitching that much. I guess I've been stitching on paper a lot this week, though. Hey, it's all stitching. I think I'm going to count it. A club member, Tabitha says, surprise. She switches it up all the time. Tabitha, I am shocked you're not a Caboodle, Deluxe Caboodle member. Usually larger, small die, but did the 3D embossing, stitch, and small stamp. Oh, fun. Yes, that is all good. The small has consistently probably been one of, if not my top favorite, but close to my top favorite. I do love the embossing folders consistently. And then for some reason, I think the Better Press and Glimmer generally have the best sentiments. I love the sentiments from either one. Teresa says she gets the large die, stitching die, and 3D embossing folder and loves them all. And the great thing, you guys, other than the bonus item that you get in the Deluxe Caboodle, many times you can pick up the things you didn't get later on, like the next month. Unless something was super popular and sold out or whatever. I know that something from one of these months that I'm using today has been out of stock for a while, and it's one of the most popular items. I'll see if you guys can guess what it is. And this is little info, insider info. I did hear that it's being restocked, like very soon. Diana says, started with a small die, and now I get both the small and large. Nice. Okay, we are almost done with our stitching on this guy. Let me just make another little knot. I'm excited to put this ice cream cone together. Jen says belongs to the large die, but plan on thinking of adding more. Okay, so kind of along these same lines, if you don't do the clubs or you only do a couple, or do you sometimes pick up the clubs the next month or later on? If you see something that you love, I've done that in the past. Christy says she had regrets and joined again. I've done that as well in the past. Yep. Allison has a good point. Sometimes you can get the bonus item later. If they have lots of extra, at times they will make that available later for a limited time. Hi, Mindy. Diane says Caboodle. Yes, I love it. Isn't this variegated floss super fun for this? I love how it goes from super light to dark. All right. Oopsie. I don't really want to rethread that. Last one on this. Kat says she gets previous clubs often. She got the cute polar bear and penguin when Spellbinders did their BOGO sale. Nice. That is a great time to pick up things. I love that. All right. I am going to glue this down here. And then we're going to start working on the background and putting this one together so we can move on to card 3 today. So the final things I'm using from the Stitched Ice Cream set from June 2024, we have the cherry, the leaf, and the stem. I did not die cut this part here. It goes, I'll show you. And the reason I didn't is because I'm going to have the ice cream covering it up anyway, so I didn't feel like it. But you can adhere it right here at the top of the ice cream if you want to. So let's say you wanted it to be more like put your ice cream cone down low. you could put it down or along the top here. Christy loves that club members get to purchase coming soon early. That is a great point. Yes, that is a wonderful perk. Okay, I am going to go back to my Bermuda Hero Arts ink, kind of like what we did on the last card, and I am just going to go around the edges really softly with my large blending brush. Just those raised areas on the lattice are going to catch the color more. And it's going to give us a beautiful little bit of shading and interest for the background. Super quick and easy. Judy's die cutting all the pieces for the Weekender. Fantastic. And the cardstock is fabulous. It is so good. It is so, so good. I'm so glad you're loving it. Okay, so I want to look at this really quick before I glue anything down. So because I kind of am waiting to the end to do my greetings, let's just show what I'm using. This is the Summertime Sentiments from June 2024. So these actually really coordinate. They came out the same month as the ice cream cone, but I kind of like them for everything, and they're glimmer, so we're going to do some glimmering. But I want to kind of, I think I want to have my ice cream cone over here to the side a little bit for this one instead of straight in the middle. That's because I want to use the hello friend and then thanks is nothing, or there, thanks. There is nothing better than ice cream and you is going to be here on this card as well. So let's start assembling. Love the colors on this. Cora said, thank you. Oh, nice. Yes, Laura, the June was previewed yesterday. Aren't you excited? It's so adorable. I'm here for the beachy type of scene cards. I will have a video featuring June kits. It's going to be an edited video on the 1st. So stay tuned for that, friends. So I think, yes. Let's go ahead and attach this. Laura, you're fine. No worries. So we're going to shift it over here a little bit like this. And I think I'm going to tilt it this way. And we're going to have one of the cherries here. And then the other two cherries are going to be down here near the base. That kind of helps break up the, I like the little pop of red. That's going to be cute. So on this, I really only need some foam up at the top. Yes, Laura says, me too for beachy. Me too. And I'm going to put a little liquid glue down here. It's a 2-scoop cone. I love the pinks with the aqua and then the red. All right. Next, let's go ahead and do the stems on our cherries. I think, oh good, I did. Jen says, so cute. Thank you. Okay, I have a small detail blending brush and a little Forever Green Hero Arts cardstock. I'm not really shading a ton, but I am going to shade my leaf just a little bit. Not a lot. All right. Let me see. Thanks, honey. That's so nice. Thanks, Gina. So I'm going to place that right there. And then we're going to do our other 2 cherries as well. So I'm just going to kind of pop that right there. Now for these, one of them is going to go right here. Oh no, Mitzi, Josie is the designer for these at Spellbinders. If you watched at least she's the main club person at Spellbinders and lots of other things. If you watched the club along yesterday, Josie was one of them there with Kim, and she designs these. She is brilliant. Okay, for this, I have 2 stems and 1 leaf. So I'm going to kind of do them like this. Oh, it's going to be cute. Cute, cute, cute. Let me see if I can just push that into the glue a little bit. All right. Oh my gosh. Let's see, Joe Hansen, that would be darling on a birthday banner for sure. And something else I was thinking about, but of course I didn't think about it early enough, but I think would be really fun. This ice cream cone could be made like a gift tag very easily. And what I want to say about that, so I didn't do a backer for the top of these cones, but let's say you want to make it a tag. You would do the die cut like this, and then you would die cut another one of these to put on the back to make the back of the tag, and then you would do the cone a lot like we did this, but just put a little hole in the top, punch a little hole in the top, and it would make adorable, adorable gift tag. So would the pineapple, I think, that we're going to do next. I think they would be really, really cute that way. Just a little something to think about, maybe how to customize some of the pieces to make them gift tags if you are needing something like that. I really think the ice cream would be adorable for birthday gifts. There we go. All right, until our sentiment, I think we are good to go. We're going to set this one aside to dry now as well. Let me do a tiny little cleanup before I pull in that last card. Rhonda says, so cute, will be perfect for cards for granddaughter, ice cream loving family members and friends. Absolutely. Okay, so as a reminder, here are the 2 stitched cards we've put together so far, minus our sentiments. And let's pull in card number 3. Now for this one, we are going to be doing a stitched pineapple. And I have pre-stitched most of it. There's only 3 of those little circles, just like on the Ladybug. So those are very quick and easy, but you can see I did a lot of them here. The background for this card is going to be the Scattered Tropics 3D embossing folder. Now, we're going to do my favoritist technique. It's just going to continue to be my favorite, I think. Which is the blackout technique for this. So I'm actually going to knock all the pieces for the pineapple off for a minute, and we're going to do the blackout technique on our panel, which I did pre-emboss. So this is the emboss side. We're going to flip it over to the other side, and I've got the Simon Says stamp Nocturne ink, and we're going to run it over this, and all of the debossed areas are going to stay the rainforest color of cardstock. Again, I'm using all Spellbinders cardstock today. And then we'll do a quick cleanup of this. super, super fast. And I think it's going to help my pineapple be a little showier so that it really, just a really fun little way to make it. We're going to pop it all up as well. Now, I want to add some shading to these pieces before we do our stitching today. And for that, I am going to use, let me get my brush. We're going to grab a couple of different brushes, but I'm going to use the Bermuda. I think we're going to do just along the edges. The pineapple top actually is die cut from 3 colors of Spellbinders cardstock. We have Fern, we have Rainforest, and then the lightest color is Peridot. And I'm just going to use this same Bermuda color ink on all of these. Just kind of on the tips a little bit, and then we're going to layer them all on. I brought my detail blending brush, but I think I'm just going to use this one for everything. All right. Laura, it can make a little bit of a mess. For sure. All right, so now we need to look at how these go together. And I'm just going to kind of, I like to get a visual idea first of where all of my pieces are going. Like, I really don't know where this one goes. Does it go there? That goes there. I need to look at this. Hold while I do some looking at my piece. I may have to pull up the photo to see where these go. I don't think that goes there. You make it look easy. Oh no, that was about the inking. I was going to say, about this, I'm not making it look easy whatsoever. I have to look at my photo. Hold on. Oh, up here. Maybe it overlaps this one? I don't know if that's right. Oh, does it lay over? This one does go here. Oh, it just goes on top. Maybe these just go other places. That doesn't look right in the example. Oh. Hmm. I thought this was going to be super easy. Okay. I like that. So maybe I do what I want, which is what I do most of the time anyway. Linda says, I just saw the 2 little dies, ran 2 little dies through their impress. Oh no, Linda. Flip the piece down at the bottom. I don't know. I gotta say that these don't look right to me at all. I gotta look at something. I'm gonna go look and see if there's a better, oh wait. Do these 2 go together? Like this? That makes sense to me. like that. Whoops. Dang it. That still doesn't look right, does it, guys? This one definitely goes here. This one goes up against that. I think this one goes right here. Let me know. Let me know what we're thinking. There is a flat edge that goes to the bottom. Well, I know this one goes here, but I think that goes in the front. Let's put the ones down that I know where they go. It really doesn't matter that much. I do know that. It can look okay. The example that from the packaging, I'm not quite sure. This one does go here, like that. There we go. Now, before I attach this one, I do think these go, whoops, these go together. So I'm going to glue these together. Laura said she just made some of these the other day. Fantastic. Okay, let's put those together and then let's see what we think. I think it goes like this, just where you want. To me, that makes sense. All right, that's what we're going to do. Okay, Laura says it looks right now. Yeah, I wasn't thinking these two went together, but now I see that they fold over on each other. I like that. That's cute. Kind of like this. There we go. So cute. All right. So here is what our pineapple is going to look like. Now let's talk about the pieces for this. Just like that, Kat said, yay. Good. Excuse me, I still have that gunk. So for the pineapple piece, you can see here we have 3 pieces for the greenery. I just die cut fern, rainforest, and peridot. Then we have the layering piece that goes on top. I've die cut this from Tuscan. And then I've die cut the stitching die parts of this from beeswax. Let's go ahead and stitch the rest of this. Did I not get more thread? Guess not. I thought I had this one ready to go, but maybe not. And Kim KM says patience of a saint. Okay, my kids would greatly disagree with you on that. Oh, that's what it looks like on the website? Okay, good. Perfect. Then I must have got it finally. We're going to start in the outer ring and end in the center on each of these. Now, for fun, I was thinking as I was stitching all these other ones, it would be cute, I think, to put little gems in the center. I mean, it's not a real pineapple. We can bedazzle it all we want, can't we? So I am thinking what we're going to do is we're going to stitch around all the way around here, like so. E. Briggs says Spellbinders makes the best 3D embossing folders. They really do. And they run through your machine so easily, which I love. Catherine, thank you. She said, don't forget to hit the like. I appreciate that. Kimberly loves the ice cream cones. I do too. I think they're just so cute and fun. Okay, you know what we're going to do too? We're going to get the glimmer machine heating up. I mean, we have a minute, but we're getting close to time to glimmer some sentiments. And I'm going to just move from one of these to the next one. Just doing kind of, think of it kind of like a little wagon wheel. We want to do all the little spokes. And this is just repetition for this one. All the same little stitching. Follow those little score lines. Thank you, honey. That's so nice of you. And if those little holes don't pop out when I die cut, you can see that the needle just pops them right out. So I do end up with a mess that has to be vacuumed every single time. Now, I also decided to pull another set. I believe it's from the May release because the pineapple was from May of last year. It's called the Grand Tropical Flamingos, and it is a super cute flamingo set that we are not using the flamingo. We're just using some of the florals, but the flamingo is adorable and it is on sale. You know, Jennifer, it might be cute in felt, the ice cream cone. May have to try it. The pieces are big enough for that one that I think it might work. Laura says she's trying to make cards from all of the extra pieces, right? I think we all end up with so many extra little parts and pieces. I actually just threw some away yesterday when I was cleaning. I'd had them for so long and I was like, there's no way I'm using that. I did use just a regular variegated floss for this one as well instead of the extra super variegated. So now we're going to, I've got all of that stitched. We're going to layer the top piece of our pineapple in place. Rochelle says she loves the flamingo. It's so cute. I tried to figure out a way how to make it work on this card and it just really didn't. But I'm thinking I may have to create something else with that flamingo. All right. We're going to pop that there on top. Just going to press that down. It's not really going over any of the stitching, so I think that should lay down pretty good without our reverse tweezers. I'm going to do a little glue up here at the top. We're going to glue the top of our pineapple in place. And then we're going to talk about those extra pieces that I pulled from the tropical flamingos. So let me put our pineapple over to the side. Tabitha bought the flamingo also, but lost a little crown. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Tabitha. Yeah, the little crown piece is so tiny. So this is the flamingo set. It has lots and lots of dies. This was the large die of the month for May of 2024. And from this, I pulled the flower and then like this like little leafy palm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tuck this down near the base just to kind of tie in to our tropical background a little bit. Maybe even like that. Let me put a little glue on it. And then we're going to tuck some little flowers around it. Let's do it kind of like so. Grab another pair of tweezers. We're just going to pop it here so you can kind of see what I'm thinking. Just to add a little bit of additional greenery. And then I'm going to place a couple of my white flowers here and kind of one up in here. Something like that. And I think I'm going to use those same gold gems that we used on the first card. But before we add those, I'm going to pop this over and put my foam adhesive on the back. How do you, let's see, Donna says, have you created felt pineapple? I haven't, but that would be very cute. It's a great suggestion. I like that idea. pineapple would be super fun. I like that, Donna. Now that's all I'm thinking about. Oh my gosh, Pam, I totally should. I love that idea. All right, so I am actually going to pop this right here in the center. I'm going to put foam on the back of this one because it's not going to actually be, I'm going to tuck it kind of into our greenery over here to the side. I should have mentioned this background panel is 4 by 5 1/4. So it's going to have a nice little white border all the way around when we put it on our card base. Aw, Jennifer says this reminds her of home, which is Hawaii. I love that. And I thought the white, excuse me, really kind of just set off because there's a lot of the bold yellows and greens here. So I tried to keep that kind of nice and basic. Let's see. Here's our gold gems. We're going to go ahead, do our flower centers. I kind of thought I would put some gems on the pineapple. I don't know if I have enough of these gold. I have to see if I have anything else that will work. Note to self, order more gold gems, right? Let's see if I have anything else that I want to use on this. If not, I may just not. I might not add them for this one. I thought they might be cute. How can I not have extra gold gems? I don't really want to use green, I don't think. Okay, so I'm not going to add any extra, although I do think gems in the center would be really, really cute. All right, so my glimmer is warmed up. Let's just make sure we've moved everything else out of the way. And I'm going to pull that in. I'm going to go ahead and move this die set. And let's get some sentiments and wrap these cards up. How about that? Oh, what's going on? There we go. Give myself a little bit of give. I'm going to zoom out just a tad for the glimmering. So for this today, we are going to glimmer, and we may glimmer this more than once. I'm going to trim this up. Would bronze work? It might. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and do my gold first, my gold foil. I also have some black foil out, but I'm going to foil this more than once so that I have an assortment to work with, depending on which card it's for. Let's just pop that out of the way for a second as well. Oh, I could do alcohol marker on it. I may order some more gems. I literally thought I did, but I must not have. Obviously. If they're not there, then I did not. Definitely need to get the pineapple. That's going on your wish list. Yay! And we just have to wait for our green light to go solid. White pearl gems would be cute, Cora said. You know what? That's a good point. Well, that's, oh, it's warmed up. The next time, oh no, it's still blinking. Never mind. Let's just let it warm up. Maybe I pushed it again. Let me see where my white ones are. The opal ones, is that the ones you're thinking, Cora? I do have 2 packages of those. I bet you I've used all the gold. Are you standing or sitting the entire time? Oh, I stand. I do stand the whole time. I stand most of the day, except for computer work. All right, let me run this through, and then when we pull our card back after we're glimmering, we might try those white gems. That's a great suggestion from Cora. And then I always pop my platform back in so it's heating up. I talked about this during the club along yesterday, but I almost always try to do glimmering all at once. So for today, like we're doing 3 cards, I'm trying to do all of it at once. Oh, look how good that gold looks on this brushed white cardstock. I am here for that. Okay. Next, I do want to do some of this black foil. I might do this on white too. This one is a new roll. Let me do the same size. I'm not the Energizer Bunny, but I do stand to craft. Not to stitch, but for the rest of my crafting. Okay, so I got another piece of brushed white here. And while that's warming up, we're going to take the coordinating die for this one, and I'm going to line it up. I just love when you get multiple greetings from one either press plate or glimmer plate and die. Don't you guys? It makes it so much easier. KM says she stands and calls it exercise. If only this were true. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to pop all these over here for now. We'll pull out the ones we want in a little bit. I'm going to have to take another picture of this absolute disaster. This was so clean. Believe it or not, if you follow my Instagram, I posted the before and after yesterday. It wasn't too terrible. I should have taken it before because I completely cleaned my desk today, and it is a mess. An absolute mess. Karen says she loves the black foil. Right. Roll this one through. And I think that's going to be it for our glimmering, as long as this looks good. The moment of truth, friends. Oh, that does not look good. It must have shifted. Good thing I didn't turn it off. Let's try that again. Darn it. That is super disappointing. But it does happen. Let's see. So I'm going to pop back in while we're waiting for that. Okay, so yeah, I did pull my hair out. I thought I did. Let's see. Opal. Yep, did I pull those out? Yes, I did. Okay, so I've got my opal. I've got my greetings. We have to refoil this. How's everybody doing? Thanks for hanging with me. I know it's a long one today, but I'm excited to have 3 cards finished. Let's see. Gina says, sadly, still don't have a letterpress. That's okay. How many people love glimmering with your press plates, though? Even if you don't have a better press, you can glimmer your press plates, and I love, love, love the results. Okay. Let's try again. Otherwise, maybe it's the foil, because the gold foiled so beautifully. I do have another roll, so I might try it if this didn't go good. Oh, this didn't go good either. Okay, real quick. Let me see something. Let me make sure it's not just some overfoil that doesn't look great. This is just a dry paintbrush. No, it just really didn't foil great. Well, that foil is dead to me now. This is a no. Let me see if the other one is a different color, guys. Linda says she glimmers way more than the press plate. Okay, this does not look like the same color that I just used. Oh, this is opaque black. Well, we're going to try it because I wasn't super impressed with my other roll. And maybe it's just that roll, but if this one doesn't work, all of this might be dead to me. That's a little dramatic, isn't it? Oh, good. I'm glad you like the long lives, Christy. Thank you. Okay, of course I'm going to have to cut another piece of paper because I didn't have one prepped. I didn't even imagine that I would mess up 2 times in a row, or it wouldn't work 2 times in a row. It has to be the foil. It foiled beautifully that first time. All right. Thanks for hanging with me, everyone. Oh yeah, that is rare. I haven't had that happen in a long time. My guess, it may not even be this color, guys. It might just be this roll. I don't know. Because you saw, the first time I used it with the gold, it was beautiful. So I would be more willing to think that the roll is just bad. I actually haven't had that happen in quite some time. I remember though, my first glimmer machine, when they first brought this out, oh my gosh, I struggled so bad. Oh, you know what I could try though with that black? Not while we're live, but I will when we're done today, and I'll let you guys know. I wonder if I would use hammer mill, if my results would be better. I am going to do that. I will try that because I'm curious. Maybe it just didn't like this brushed cardstock. Before I trash it, I definitely will try. Okay, let's see. Oh, but look how pretty that is. Okay, it might be the foil. Okay, fantastic. We are going to move this out of the way. Let's die cut our greetings. This was opaque black that I switched to, and I will make sure and update the supply list for you guys. So with anything that I maybe changed or added during the live. All right. Oh, I have a floss tube watcher here just seeing what we're up to. Hello and welcome. All right. We have stitched with our dies, and now I'm going to play with my greetings and see what we want to use on each card. I actually kind of liked the black for this one. I was thinking we're going to use Hello Friend on this one as well. And where's my ice cream greeting? Here's my Nope, nope, nope. Must be this one. Yep. And I may have to actually foil another greeting for that final card. Oh my gosh, I'm loving that. Well, even though I didn't really want to use these, I kind of think off camera, I think I'm actually going to foil another set of the black to do Hello Friend on this one. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to add the greeting right now, but I am going to finish off these other two. Let's go ahead and add our adhesive. Christy, thank you, friend. I have to say, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Sometimes you don't know. Actually, you know what I think? Hold, please. I think I want this to go up a little higher, like so. Yes. Don't really want that covering up the stems of my cherries. That looked a little weird to me. So let's see how much of this, maybe from about there over. I can add my foam. Thank you, Rochelle. And there is this one. And that one. Now I definitely think I need to add a few extra little gems throughout that. But we can do that in a little bit. Look how cute. Now it's kind of all coming together. I always think we need that little sentiment just to make it all come together. Oh, yay! Rachel says the pineapple one has given her all the tropical feels. I love that. I think we're going to center our greetings here. I don't know if I want to add any other greeting to this or not. Or do I like it shifted over just a little bit? Now comes me making all the decisions. I know what I don't like. It's that this is too long. So we're going to adjust it. I think I'm going to like that better. Also, by adding our sentiments first, this is going to give us a really good idea. Like I can use less gems. Does that make sense? I've kind of covered up a lot of my stitching though. That's all right. You can still see it. And I'm going to take these little guys and add just a little extra sparkle to our pineapple. Oopsies. Like that. Oh, I like the little sparkles. Cora, great suggestion to use the opal. Thank you. I was a little bummed that I was out of the gold, but I think that the opal is the perfect solution. And anywhere I can see the little center, I'm going to try to add them. Okay, I may add the rest of these later. I was going to talk about the finishing for these really quick. Well, let's just add the rest of these. There's only a couple more, I think. And this is why I run out of gems, because I use them on everything. There we go. Oh, did that one not stick? I missed one. Okay, so real quick, I know I mentioned it. I'm going to go ahead and foil the Hello Friend with that opaque black foil again, and I'm adding it to this card because I do like that. Either that, or I may do the gold. The gold looks, not this sentiment, obviously, although I like the black when I laid it on there. But I will foil it again, and I'm just going to do Hello Friend for this one. I think that that looked perfect. And so I've stuck with the same sentiment set for all of these. Now, the only thing about different from this one is full A2 size. So when it's on the card base, you won't see a white border. I'm going to pop both of these on white card bases. So it's going to tie in especially to all of the white detail. The white for when I glimmer the sentiments will tie into those two little white flowers here, but these will both be framed up with that card base. Jennifer says that cards are better with gems. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So I'm just going to show a close-up again. Imagine that this says Hello Friend in that foil on there, but we foiled the ladybug and we stitched the ladybug and our frame on the first card. We stitched our ice cream cone for the second one and the ice cream on top. And for our final card, we stitched the pineapple. And then we add foiled sentiments. We had fun with embossing folders, and we ended up with 3 beautiful cards. Gina, my neighbor just started up the mower, and I was just thinking the same thing. Okay, friends, thanks for sticking with me for today's live. Thank you for hanging out, for all of your support for these mega lives. I hope you enjoyed these cards created with on sale Spellbinders products. So definitely click the link below, check out the sale section and see if there's anything that you can't live without. And don't forget that cardstock colors have been restocked at Spellbinders, so pick up all of your favorite colors. I absolutely love all of the cardstock. Okay, everybody watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay, and I will see you guys all next Friday. Bye, everybody. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.